so passionate and so driven. They're doing as much as they can to protect their neighborhood from the continued pollution coming from the Chiquita Canyon Landfill. The health and well-being of our community has been negatively impacted by this landfill for over 40 years. We take it upon ourselves to defend the contract Waste Connections was grandfathered into, which would have meant instigating closure last June. The Regional Planning Commissioners seem either complacent or complicit in the situation, as they believe the public is misunderstanding the community contract. But in all due respect, we feel it is they who are misunderstanding the contract, as they fail to even discuss Condition 44 and its direct reference to revoking the permit if they have reached 23 million tons. The commissioners have approved the permit with the complete absence of data for the impact of air pollution from the landfill on residents, workers, and school children. Major chemical levels were gathered from monitors from over 17 miles away. Above all, the county needs to protect its constituents from known pollution, and approving the permit places our community of 2,500 people, and even more so, our over 1,500 kids that go to school within 2 miles of this landfill site, within 2.5 miles from the border, in high cancer and chemical exposure areas. It is a major injustice. Thank you.
This is Gerald Park, the candidate for county supervisor that ran in the last election.
We are here for one reason and one reason only: to make sure this landfill is shut down forever. Who believes that their government needs to keep its promises? All of us. I have in my pocket an agreement that was signed 20 years ago by the citizens of this community that said, hey, we know we can't stop the expansion now. This is 20 years ago. They said, we know we can't stop it now, but how about 20 years from now, all this is done? That time is up. These people met their obligation. They kept their word. Their signatures are on this piece of paper. And you know what? The county says, screw you, we don't care. This is about money. They're being paid by the landfill operators. You know what? Every single one of you owns a gorgeous landfill called Mesquite. It's 20 miles from the closest residence. It cost you $400 million. It was very generous of you, by the way. It took 5 years to approve. It'll hold 100 years of LA County trash. And you know what? It's already paid for. The rail lines are already set up. You know why we're not using it? Money. We already paid for this. We already paid our taxes. We already did what we needed to do. The people that signed this agreement did it in good faith. Our government needs to do the same. I need you to tell your supervisor, shut down Chiquita Canyon Landfill immediately, and all future trash needs to go to Mesquite. It's modern, it doesn't have groundwater. It's a much safer situation than this because it's 20 miles from the closest residence. So please, I know you've already done so much, but you need to stand up again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daryl.
Now I'd like to introduce Patty Sulpizio from our local Democratic Club, and then she'll be followed by Cher Gilmore.
Yeah, Patty!
Good afternoon. My name is... Good afternoon. My name is Patty Sulpizio. I'm the president of the Democratic Alliance for Action. That's the local Democratic Club of Santa Clarita Valley, chartered by the Los Angeles County Democratic Party. I am also Region 1 Regional Vice Chair of the Los Angeles County Democratic Party Central Committee, representing the 36th and 38th Assembly Districts. elected by the county central committee members of those districts. Democratic Alliance for Action and some other local activists and Democratic clubs adopted an original resolution in April 2015 opposing the landfill expansion. A small grassroots group of Democrats educated our Democratic colleagues, and that resolution grew to be adopted by the Democratic Party of San Fernando Valley and eventually the Los Angeles County Democratic Party. On Thursday evening last week, the Los Angeles County Democratic Party adopted an emergency resolution in response to the County Planning Commission's decision to recommend approval of this landfill expansion. So why did Democrats get involved? Because our local elected representatives are not representing the best interests of the residents of Santa Clarita Valley and Los Angeles County. We have gone to speak to the Santa Clarita City Council, and we have gotten very little support. In 2015, the City Council agreed only to request the county to extend the public comment period at that time. It's ironic that our City Council will not stand behind the residents of the City of Santa Clarita, and many of our elected City Council members started their political careers fighting the Ellesmere Canyon landfill. And the current City Council members' response to the residents is, it's out of our jurisdiction. The Chiquita Canyon Landfill is beyond the boundary of the City of Santa Clarita. We do not accept that response. The City of Santa Clarita government has involved themselves in issues beyond their city borders on many occasions, including the Ellesmere Canyon landfill at the time, the Cemex mine. The city has spent millions of dollars fighting the Cemex mine, and the issues that affect the residents from the Cemex mine are nearly identical to how they will affect the residents, how the Chiquita Canyon landfill expansion will affect the residents of Santa Clarita. Both of these resolutions will be forwarded. I have a copy in my hands today. The original one and now the emergency one have been forwarded and will be forwarded to the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors. We intend to make personal appointments and sit down with our elected supervisors and tell them how the Los Angeles County Democratic Party, our stance on this landfill expansion approval. The job of our elected representatives is to represent their residents, and their decision should not be driven by corporate profits, what's easy, what's cheap, and what's convenient. Other factors must go in their decision, including the quality of life and the property values of the residents of the Santa Clarita Valley. And if this landfill is expanded, they will surely regret that they did not take a stand. Planning issues, the average resident voter does not stay abreast of planning issues. It takes a lot of interest and education to stay abreast of planning issues. That is not a criticism that should be used against your average person. It does not apply. It's our elected officials' responsibility to protect and defend and advocate for the residents of the county, of Verde community, and the city of Santa Clarita. Thank you.
Chair Gilmore, head of the Citizens Climate Lobby.
That's it? There are many reasons why Chiquita Landfill should not be expanded. The first, that it's simply inappropriate to have what would become the largest dump in the country located in this growing suburban community.
That's right.
No matter how well it's run. Second, we have groundwater impacts. The landfill is located above Santa Clarita's groundwater aquifer, and it's partially unlined, putting our freshwater supply in jeopardy. Furthermore, it's located south of an active fault line. Imagine an earthquake causing the ground under the landfill to collapse, dumping tons of garbage into our aquifer, which provides half of our drinking water. The landfill should never have been put here in the first place. To expand it would be completely irresponsible. And then there are the health issues that we've all heard about. The landfill is less than 1,000 feet from homes in Verde. 2 local schools are within 1 mile of it. Others are within 2.5 miles. People near the landfill are exposed daily to pollutants like PM 2.5 dust particles, which stick in the lungs and cause asthma and other serious respiratory diseases. Children are especially vulnerable, and the environmental impact report states that, please take note, these and other pollutants generated by the landfill will remain significant even after mitigation.
That's right here.
Yes. Many Verde residents are already suffering from it. Imagine mothers and fathers who have to watch their children struggling to breathe because they can't afford to live elsewhere. And then we have the traffic and air quality issues. If the expansion is allowed, truck traffic would more than double, adding to congestion on I-5 and the already poor air quality in much of the valley on some days. The winds in Santa Clarita will of course spread the pollution all over the valley. The South Coast Air Quality Management District has agreed there would be potential significant impacts to air quality, groundwater, and safety. And the fire department has reported, thank you, the fire department has reported that expanding the landfill would not be safe. And the important thing is that there's a better alternative available, which has already been mentioned. Mesquite Regional Landfill in Imperial County has a permit for over 600 million tons of solid waste in 100 years of operation. It's already built, it's far away from homes and businesses, and it's not being used. It was paid for by taxpayers, as has been pointed out, including those people who live in Verde. It also has rail service to it, and this is better for the environment because toxins are created less by trains than by trucks. Some claim it would be more expensive to take garbage to Mesquite, but no one has said exactly how much more expensive. My guess is that the increase per household would be minimal. Surely if customers knew that they'd be saving fellow human beings from suffering, they would gladly pay a tiny bit more for their garbage collection, wouldn't you? And finally, the bottom line is, it's the right thing to do. The purpose of government is to serve and protect the people, not corporations, especially when they're harming people. I believe the main reason Mesquite isn't being seriously considered is the tipping fee of about $700,000 a month that the county receives from Chiquita. It seems our local government has forgotten what's important and is putting profit over the welfare of the people they're supposed to serve. Do the people living in Verde deserve to be sacrificed as collateral damage just to make garbage collection cheaper and the county richer?
No.
If the county supervisors decide to enlarge the landfill, they'll be clearly stating the following. We know there are serious safety issues with Chiquita, and its pollution is damaging the health of both children and adults. However, we think these people are less important than the money the county gets for the landfill. And so we're going to make it bigger. Make no mistake, by not opposing the landfill, the city of Santa Clarita is complicit in supporting it. If the city takes no position because it doesn't want to look bad, then it should do good and oppose this harmful proposal.
Yes, oppose.
Yeah, oppose it.
Oppose.
Dump the dump.
Okay.
Logan Smith.
Yeah, Logan.
And then we have one more and he's going to wrap up for us, and people can sign on to the appeal if they'd like to sign.
My name is Logan Smith. This is Shawnee Badger. We are the co-founders of Our Revolution Santa Clarita Valley, representing the national Our Revolution organization with over 3 million national members. I'm also a representative of the Santa Clarita Valley Young Democrats and a resident and student in the Santa Clarita Valley. Both the Santa Clarita Valley Young Democrats and Our Resolution have resolved unanimously to oppose the expansion of the Chiquita Canyon Landfill and demand the immediate and timely closure of the landfill. The representatives of Chiquita Canyon Landfill will tell you that the landfill provides clean energy for 10,000 homes a year, but they will not tell you that those homes are in Pasadena, far removed from the dangerous side effects of the landfill. They will tell you that the environmental impact statement regarding their proposed expansion indicates that it will not cause cancer, increased cancer risk. They will not tell you that that same environmental impact report states there is a non-zero increase in cancer risk as a result of particulate matter due to the landfill. They will not tell you that the same environmental impact report states that there will be significant and unavoidable damage to air quality in the vicinity of the landfill. They will not tell you that in 2012 they were cited for unlawful disposal. The Regional Planning Commission, they will tell you they are a neutral arbiter. And I myself attempted to seek a position on the Citizens Advisory Committee over editor published in the Santa Clarita Valley Signal under my name. Stating Logan Smith will not find a place on this board. In Texas, our elected officials, our public officials have forgotten that they serve the public and not private pocketbooks, and it is Valencia and our neighbors in Castaic and say no to this dangerous and illegal expansion of the landfill.
I'd just like to introduce former Councilman Carl Boyer to close with this, but we do clean money signatures. Part of the problem with this project is the fact that
Thank you. Couldn't help but think that to have my wits about me. Landfill, we had a Spanish interpreter, whether they spoke English or not, and we came out against the landfill. That was in the good old days. Sit down with the mayors of Palmdale and Lancaster, counties in the North County, supervisors all together.
Yay! All right.
With that, we'd appreciate your signatures.
the Chiquita Canyon Citizens for Chiquita Canyon Compliance, and he will be on the appeal. He will be appealing as well, so it's important that he gets to say something. Jeremiah Dockery.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Dockery. I'm a member of the Citizens for Chiquita Canyon Landfill Compliance. I'm here to represent them today. And I think that a lot of people have made that point very clear today. We have a lot of schools nearby this landfill, a lot of planned future schools and parks that will be affecting people for generations to come. And sorry, I'm not as organized, but we feel that this addressing all of the traffic, air quality, and issues that were brought up by other government agencies such as the AQMD and the Los Angeles County Waste Management Task landfill and everything that it's been doing. What the landfill would have you believe is that this is just business as usual, and that is not safe as we are here. And just, if you want, come sign these appeal forms as well if you want to join in. And we thank you all for coming out today.